my choice will save me from this life. Please don't question why my sins have been forgotten. I believe I might be seen after life. Please don't question why I'm left this way.
Screaming I'm much too loud. Take a look in the distance, try and see it all. Chances are that you might find that we share a common discomfort now. I feel I'm walking a fine line. Tell me only if it's real. Still I'm on my way. Until I found solid ground. Follow dreams reaching higher, couldn't survive the fall. Much has changed since the last time, and I feel a little less certain now. You know I jumped at the first sign. Tell me only if it's real. Memories seem to fade. Yeah!
You will do what I say when I say back to the front. You will die when I say you must die back to the front. You coward, you servant, you blind man. Barking of machine gun fire does nothing to me now. Sounding of the clock that ticks, get used to it somehow. More a man must fight to wear, glory seeker trends. Bodies fill the fields I see, the slaughter never ends. Soldier boy, made a play, now an empty cell. 21, only son, but he served his well. Friends who kill, not to care, do just as we say. Finish here, waiting death, he comes to take away. Back to the front. You will do what I say when I say back to the front. You will die when I say you must die back to the front. You coward, you servant, you blind man. Why am I dying?
I really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Moving to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you.
Ready?
Move.
Up.
Move. Go.
Welcome to the stream. I don't do this very often. I don't stream very often. Because I very rarely have cause to do so. Very rarely do I have cause to do so. However, somebody tried to kill the president. Somebody tried to kill Trump. We know who did it. Well, we think we know who did it. And I'll get into that. But no, you'll also obviously see that not only am I streaming, I'm streaming on YouTube again, and as opposed to, Rumble or BitChute. Shout out to BitChute for finally getting streaming set up, but I needed to do this quick. I didn't intend to make any content this weekend. I'm on vacation. Well, I'm home now, but I wasn't going to make anything this weekend, and then somebody tried to kill the Donald. Why would you do that? Because, you got to, seriously ask yourself this question. Why? Why would you do something so incredibly stupid unless you were guaranteed to succeed because all you have done is win this election for him? That's all you did. That is all you fucking did. Is, all that's all you did. Because this shit is iconic. All right, so yeah, yesterday, it's a live stream, so you're watching it. Yesterday, last night, Saturday night, July 13th, a man named Thomas Matthew Crook tried to kill Donald Trump at his rally in Buttler, Pennsylvania. Not good. Very not good. So, yeah, just hopefully, and we're going to cover what we know. I'm going to cover what I know for posterity's sake. Again, I didn't intend to, and this isn't a proper Clown World Chronicles. In fact, although I am streaming this, I'm not even recording it, so I'm not even going to post this video up on BitChute or Rumble. I should, but I'm not going to. This is kind of a YouTube exclusive, but I mean, what are we supposed to do here? Like, someone's got to talk. I mean, tons of people are talking about this. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm the only one, but like, I have to do what I do. I have to talk about this. I did not want to put this off another week until the next time that Liar and I were going to record. So, essentially, what I'm saying is, fuck you, Thomas Crook, for ruining my vacation. Asshole. So, let's see some pictures. So, you know, it's a bit small, unfortunately. You know, some of these pics I got, but, you know, still, you get the point across. So, Trump was hit in the ear. It didn't blow his ear off. It mostly just nicked him. It mostly nicked his ear. And, man, it was great. Well, I mean, you saw the video. He flinches and then dives behind this podium. It's, holy shit. Like, but he got hit. He got hit. This is the first assassination attempt against a presidential candidate since Reagan, and that was 40 years ago. That happened before I was born, or I might have been, like, a baby when that happened. But still, and the guy that did that did it because he wanted Jodie Foster to fall in love with him. We don't fully yet know this guy's motives, but I guarantee he is politically motivated. I would bet my left testicle and half of my dick that this guy was politically motivated. And again, I will be consistent, as I've said, regardless of the shooter's politics, this is a clear mental illness problem. This guy was so mentally fucking ill, he thought it was a good idea to take his AR, even though he was not that good of a shot. To take his AR and go try to kill a former president. So, well, take an AR. I don't even know if it was his. But yeah, no. So we're gonna, you know, like I said, it's like, you know, fuck, dude. This is just, like, seriously, this shit ruined my vacation. I was like, oh, I was having a perfectly good time, and then this happened. And even though I am a huge MAGA fag and I absolutely love Donald Trump, it's not like it's not like every bad, terrible thing that happens to the man is going to, like, disturb me, because it's, you know, it is what it is. This is different. Like I said, this is the first time in most of our lifetimes. The vast majority of people that listen to me, I assume, are younger than me. I assume most of you, which there isn't many of you, I'm not trying to, like, toot my own horn here, but I'm sure most of you are Zoomers. You know, so you are a full decade to 15 years younger than me. So, there, within my lifetime, this has only happened one other time in my lifetime, and it was 40 years ago. It was almost 40 years ago, because I'm not quite 40. And then, this hasn't happened at all in your guys' lifetime. Not in America, it's happened around the world, but not in the United States. There hasn't been anyone take a shot at a presidential candidate since the late 80s, when the dude tried to kill Reagan for Jodie Foster. So, the significance of this, the gravity of the situation is what's kind of got me shook. Not because they did it to Trump. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Even if they did this to Biden, say the same scenario happened. Some crazy fucking nutjob took a shot at Biden and blew his ear off. I'm not saying I would have the exact same visceral reaction that I'm having now. Obviously not, because I fucking hate Biden and I hate Democrats and so on and so forth. But I still like to think I know myself well enough to know that I would still be pretty shook by it, and I would still be very unhappy that it happened. And this is consistent with things I've said in the past. Like, if you have been watching the show for a long time, you remember in 2022, I think it was, when Nancy Pelosi took her trip to Taiwan during the supply chain crisis in a deliberate snub to the nose of the CCP. And the CCP was kind of like halfway threatening, like they were going to shoot Pelosi's plane down. They were going to, I think she went over there in Air Force, or maybe not Air Force 2, but she went over there. The Chinese were acting like they were going to shoot her plane down. And I hate Nancy Pelosi. I hate Democrats. But you will not, I repeat, you will not kill the Speaker of the goddamn motherfucking House of Representatives and get away with it scot-free. I don't care if I hate Nancy Pelosi. I don't care. I don't care if AOC becomes Speaker of the House one day. If some foreign cunt assassinated AOC as much as I fucking hate AOC, I would still be baying for the blood of the man that did it. Even if I hate you, you're my countryman. And it is not the place of foreign riffraff to kill American citizens, especially American leaders. It goes back to Rome, because everything goes back to Rome, okay? The reason, one of the many reasons, this wasn't the only one, but I'd say one of the kind of straw that broke the camel's back moments for Caesar and the Ptolemies was the murder of Pompey Magnus. Now, yes, him and Pompey had gone to war with each other over dictatorship of Rome and all that stuff, and he had basically chased Pompey all the way to Egypt, but from, it did not seem like the intent of Caesar when he recaptured Pompey was to just execute him. Quite the opposite. And I mean, this is famously depicted in the TV series Rome, and I don't think it quite happened that dramatically. But, he arrived in Egypt. He went to the Ptolemy's palace. Ptolemy VII and his entourage presented it with Pompey Magnus's head. And then Caesar was completely incensed, because it doesn't matter that Pompey and him had been enemies for the last few years. Him and Pompey were family. Him and Pompey were countrymen. Pompey was a consul of fucking Rome. And it is not the place for Ptolemaic fucking Egyptian Greeks to kill a consul of Rome. And what ended up happening within the next few years, Caesar sided with Ptolemy's older sister, had Ptolemy executed, and installed Cleopatra on the throne. So that's my point. The point is that if somebody had taken a shot at Biden, I would not be happy about it. Would I joke about it? Sure. Would I meme about it? Absolutely. But I'm joking and memeing about someone taking a shot at Trump. I mean, if you saw the beginning of the stream, you saw that the thumbnail for the stream is literally All Might Trump. That's as memey as it gets. We got a sense of humor, but I would not be reveling in the fact that Joe Biden got his ear blown off. No, I would like to think I would still be pretty goddamn upset by it. We're Americans, we're supposed to be better. American exceptionalism. We're supposed to be better than this. Here he is with Secret Service. These images are fucking iconic, man. There's already people putting these images on t-shirts and shit. Because this shit is iconic. I mean, this won him the election. This is over. Between Biden's mental decline becoming so obvious that even mainstream Democrats can't deny it anymore, and then them trying to fucking, when I say them, I don't necessarily mean the deep state, because I actually just think this was a crazy guy. I don't think this was a deep state setup. But this won him the election. Between Biden's shitty debate performance and his obvious mental decline and a failed attempt to assassinate Donald Trump, combined with all the legal battles which most Americans see as political hit jobs and not legitimate, this won him the election. At this point, the only way the Democrats win in November is if they cheat. There's always a possibility that 2020 wasn't a cheat. Of course, I believe it was. But there's always the possibility that it wasn't, that Trump just fucking lost. I don't believe that, but I'm not completely atheistic about it. There's a chance that could be the case. I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell this time. If Joe Biden wins in November, it is because he cheated. Period. End of story. After all this shit, if he doesn't, I'm telling you, that prediction I made years ago and then made recently again a couple weeks ago, that I think Trump got 80 million votes last time. I think he'll get 82 to 85 this time. No, I'm tripling down on that shit. I don't think he'll get 85. I said 82 minimum, 85 max. He'll get 85 million minimum, 90 million max. Mark my fucking words. This assassination attempt will make him the most popular president of all time. He will blow Joe Biden's 2020 record out of the water. There's a bit more clear shot of the damage his ear took. It really was just a nick. He went to the hospital, they patched him up, and he went home that night. He flew back to New Jersey that night to his New Jersey home. So Trump is okay, and we're going to read a statement from him here in a bit. We're also I've got Melania's statement queued up because Queen Melania, she needs to be heard. The father of Prince Barron was nearly murdered on national television, so I do care to hear the word of the Queen. And this is one of the iconic images I've already seen people putting on t-shirts. I mean, look at this shit. This is iconic. The only thing that ruins this image is the female Secret Service agent. Excuse me. Because what the fuck are you doing there, lady? You are literally just a meat shield. I mean, that's all Secret Service agents are supposed to be. So I suppose a woman could do that job. But you get my point. You know, it's easy to meme. And I mean, it did come out recently that the current head of the Secret Service, also a woman, recently said that she's been focusing less on... The most important thing that she's been focusing on recently is diversity, and getting more people of color and more females in the Secret Service. I think the Secret Service is a joke. I think it's always been a joke. If you actually look into what the Secret Service's official duties are, they technically are an arm of the Federal Reserve. They are the law enforcement arm of the Federal Reserve. And I think they're completely corrupt and illegitimate government body. I think that we should replace the Secret Service with a kind of a sort of like call it like the military presidential protection service or something like that. You know, the MPPS, we can go with that for now. I mean, I'm sure that like somebody in marketing could probably come up with a better name than that. And the only people who are currently eligible are active duty men in the Special Forces community. So I want Marine Recon, I want Scout Snipers, I want Green Berets, I want Army Rangers, I want SEALs, I want bad ass motherfuckers protecting the president. I don't want them wearing suits and glasses looking like fucking glowies. I want them in BDUs. I want them projecting strength. I want the best and brightest of the US military to be the guys who protect our president. Like, give them their own uniform, you know, treated as like this kind of like sixth branch of the US military that draws its members only from the other 5 branches, you know, Army, Marines, Navy, Air Force, Space Force. And it should be a military project. The Secret Service should not be an agency itself. Soldiers should be protecting the president, not agents. And I know, to be fair to the Secret Service, they do pull a lot of their candidates from military, special forces in particular. But they also get a lot of just like cops and feds and glowies and, you know, just all that shit. And then, like I said, the Federal Reserve connections are real fishy. Like, the only two things they're authorized to investigate, seriously, is threats to the president and counterfeit money. It's stupid. The Secret Service is fake and gay. But like I said, this is an iconic image. Look at him. You cannot stump the Trump. You can't. You can't stump the Trump. You can't do it. Defiant to the fucking end. This is why we love him. This right here. This whole thing. Look at him. Someone just tried to murder him. 2 or 3 other people in his line of sight got shot. One of them died. Defiant to the end. This is why we love him. This is why we believe in him. This is why we follow him. Because we like to think if we were in his shoes, we would do the same. The reason why why MAGA is so devoted to Trump is because we don't see him as separate from us. We see him as one of us. It's not we are Trump's followers. It's we are one movement. MAGA is not, like, it's Trump's movement, but Trump is a part of MAGA. MAGA is not a part of Trump. He's one of us. He's one of the fucking boys. He's one of the boys. That's why we love him. I mean, like I said, here's another image. Just fist raised. Fuck off. You can't keep me down. You can't fucking keep him down. Oh, look at this fag. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe this person, because this is kind of a funny image. Candace Owens right now, and I get it. Like, I get it. Like, I get the joke. I mean, as far as, like, lefty memes go, it's decent. And it is entirely possible that whoever posted that is not a lefty at all, but, like, posted the meme in irony, you know? Like, let's see. Who is this CJ? Vampires just need sunscreen. Okay, there's really no way to tell. I mean, you could say Calm Jedi is kind of like a lefty kind of coded name. Because the idea being that, you know, pretty much only, like, lefties watch Star Wars anymore. So, maybe, but who knows? He could be, if he's my age, then he remembers a time when Star Wars wasn't gay. So, you know, But yeah, no, so I don't know. This could just be posted in genuine jest. And either way, whether this guy's a lefty or a righty, this is good. Game recognized game. This is pretty funny. Candace Owens right now. This is, it's pretty good. But yep. Yep. It's, like I said, this shit is insane. It's insane. This shit should not be happening it's 2024. We are Americans. We are not supposed to be butchering each other in the streets. But what have we been doing since George Floyd? What have we been doing since 2020? Butchering each other in the streets. This shit's got to stop, guys. Like, we're Americans. Like, real America first people. We need to, I'm as guilty as probably any other partisan of being part of the political divide with my rhetoric and how much I clearly hate left-wingers. But, my distaste for lefties doesn't extend to the point where I literally want every leftist in America to fucking die. I don't want them to die. I want them to wisen up. I want them to learn. I want them to fucking read. I want them to be better. They don't want me to be better. They don't want me to change. They don't want me to learn. They want me dead. Dead. And they want you dead too. Here's footage of the shooter. This is the picture. And yep, this is cell phone footage somebody took of the initial shots that he fired from the rooftop. I can't find footage of the. There doesn't appear to be any footage of him getting shot. There doesn't appear to be. Well, he's clearly dead now because they've got him fuzzed out, so he's been taken out. And, but it doesn't matter because the person didn't even catch it on camera. And I mean, I don't like seeing dead people. I don't enjoy it. I don't like seeing when people die, even people I hate. It just bothers me because it reminds me that I'm going to die one day. And I don't want to, I don't want to die. So, but, still, for posterity's sake and for the fact that I am a content creator and I am trying to kind of be an opinion guy, and it is sort of, and I don't mean to sound arrogant with this, but if this is the industry that I want to be a part of, then it's, again, this sounds pretentious as fuck and I don't want it to, but it's my duty to bear witness. I have to look at these things. I encourage you to look at them too. But if you don't want to look at them, you don't have to. You can take my word for it. Because I don't make money doing this. I'd like to, but I don't. I don't think I ever will, and I do it because it's fun and I enjoy it. But I don't have a huge vested interest in lying to you, or saying things to you guys that I don't believe. So if you ever came to me thinking that Palpy will definitely cover this story, it's pretty gross and violent, I don't want to look at it. But I trust him to look at it and tell me what happened. I'm the guy. I'll do it. And I was in a Discord server a minute ago with some people, and I was saying that, you guys come watch the stream if you don't want to look at all this stuff. And I wasn't throwing shade at them trying to say, read the news, pussies. It's more I get it. This shit sucks. It's blackpilling. Somebody's got to do it. And, I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. So, who was Thomas Matthew Crook? Crooks, whatever. The suspected Trump rally shooter. Now, we have to say suspected, and this isn't one of those times where I make fun of them for saying allegedly when it's not alleged. We fucking know who did it. This is, the information about who this guy is still really murky. There's some other content creator named Jugangs or something like that who jokingly put, who did the Sam Hyde thing and put a picture of himself out saying that this is the suspected man who who attempted to assassinate Trump. And it's kind of blown up in his face from what I understand. I haven't dug too deep into this, just what I've heard secondhand. But the funny thing is that the guy who did it actually kind of looks like this Jugangs guy. They both wear glasses and have long hair. And they both kind of got that skinny, kind of I mean, I don't want to insult the guy because who knows? This Jugangs guy could be based, I don't know, and I don't mean to throw shade at somebody I don't know, but he's got kind of that skinny soy look to him. It's not, I'm not attempting to be insulting, I just call it like I see it, I'm 5'11" and I'm kind of fat, so it's there was a time whenever most men were my height, and now it seems like even being 5'10 or 5'11 is rarer now than it used to be. I could be wrong. Somebody could fact check me on that. But I'm just saying, a lot of men these days got that soy build. They're all like 5'7", 5'8", you know, $120, soaking wet with a brick in their pocket, you know. I would be genuinely impressed if they could bench 50 pounds. And I'm weak as fuck. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to claim that I bench 250, because I don't. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You know the type I'm talking about. But, so, shout out to Reuters, who, once again, there are two lefty sources that I genuinely enjoy using because, even when they spin it, the spin is not so horribly insufferable that I can't stand it, and their coverage is usually pretty good. One is Reuters, the other is, I just blanked on it. I just had it in the front of my mind, and then as soon as I went to say it, I fucking forgot what it was. It'll come to me later. But, I said Buttler, Pennsylvania earlier. It's Bethel Park. Or Bethel Park was where the rally was taking place, and the town is called Buttler. Oh, yeah, it is Buttler. I'm retarded. Let me read the article. It's funny. I messaged Liar before this started, and I told him, I was like, hey, buddy, I decided to stream this to YouTube, so if you hop in, try to keep the F slurs and the N bombs to a minimum. And here I am calling every other thing gay and retarded. I mean, clearly there's a delineation between the level of slurs I'm currently using and the level of slurs that he uses, which I use. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't, but you get what I'm saying. Jokes and memes and all that shit. But, it's just funny that to the lefties, it's all the same. To call something gay and retarded is as cancelable to drop the F-bomb N slur on somebody. So, N-bomb F slur, I mean. The FBI identified 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks of Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, as the suspect in the attempted assassination of former U.S. President Donald Trump at a campaign rally. The suspect was shot and killed by the Secret Service seconds after he allegedly fired shots towards the stage where Trump was speaking Saturday in Buttler, Pennsylvania. My bad. He's from Bethel Park. Buttler is where the assassination attempt occurred. The FBI said it was working to determine a motive for the attack. One rally attendee died and 2 other spectators were critically injured. Trump was shot in the ear. Apparently, the injured parties are stable. Like, they're going to make it. From what I understand, again, grains of salt, news being what it is volatile, it's murky, fake news is more common than ever. But as last I heard, the 2 people who got shot but didn't die were stable, and they're going to make it. State voter records show that Crooks was a registered Republican. The upcoming November 5th election in which Trump is challenging President Joe Biden would have been the first time Crooks had been old enough to vote in a presidential race. When Crooks was 17, he made a $15 donation to Act Blue, a political action committee that raises money for left-leaning and Democrat politicians, according to a 2021 Federal Election Commission's filing. The donation was earmarked for the Progressive Turnout Project, a national group that rallies Democrats to vote. The groups did not immediately respond to a Reuters request for comment. So it's interesting why he would register as a Republican but then turn around and, donate to Democrats, and seems to have been very a progressive guy. It's entirely possible. I'd seen it hypothesized that if you are a member of that state's Republican apparatus, then you'll get updates and news about when Republican events are occurring. So that could have been he could have used that to sort of plan out if and when he was ever going to do this. I honestly think I would have to look into this, but more, because I'm not sure how Pennsylvania works, but Kentucky has what we call a closed primary, so only party members can vote in party primaries. Where I'm an independent, I'm not Republican or Democrat, I'm not allowed to vote in Republican or Democrat primaries in Kentucky. I can only vote in third-party primaries. I can vote in the Libertarian primary if I wanted to, but I'm not gay. And or I could vote in Green Party primaries if we had a Green Party in Kentucky, but again, most of us aren't gay. So, those are the only primaries I can vote in. However, of course, when it comes to general elections, I can vote any which way I please. And so if Pennsylvania is the same way, it's entirely possible that the only reason why he registered Republican was because he thought that my primary vote would be wasted voting for my own party. Instead, I can be a sabotage vote for the Republicans. I can vote in their primaries and vote against their guy that they want. So, I could go vote against Trump. I'm speculating here. I'm just trying to think of why someone would be a lefty and then register as a Republican. What motivation would drive a person to do that? And, it could be any number of reasons. Crook's father, Matthew Crook, Crooks, 53, told CNN that he was trying to figure out what happened and would wait until he spoke to law enforcement before speaking about his son. Fair. In Bethel Park, about an hour away from where the shooting occurred, the streets surrounding the Crooks' home was blocked off by law enforcement authorities. Mary and Stanley Prisolak were standing on the porch of their nearby brick ranch-style home, trying to process the events of the last day and the spotlight now on their property, on their typically quiet residential neighborhood. Nothing happens on the street. Everybody kind of minds their own business, said Stanley Prisolak, 72. Everybody is kind of shocked, surprised, some dismay. I would fucking hope so. That, like, the neighbor's kid tried to kill the president. You know? There's never been a gun issue. There's never been a police being called, said Mary Prisolak, 67. You kind of have to wonder what didn't he get in life, what led to this extreme. Fair question. Thomas Crook graduated in 2022 from Bethel Park High School, according to a statement from the Bethel Park School District. Our school district will cooperate fully with the active law enforcement investigations surrounding this case, and as such, we are limited in what we can publicly disclose. The school district did not immediately respond to any inquiries from Reuters. Crooks received a $500 Star Award from the National Math and Science Initiative, according to the Pittsburgh Tribune Review newspaper. A 2022 graduation ceremony video cited by the New York Times shows Crook receiving his high school diploma to some applause. Video from that ceremony posted online shows Crooks with glasses and a black graduation gown and posing with a school official. Reuters could not immediately identify the authenticity of the video. Law enforcement officials say on Saturday that Crooks carried no identification to the site of the shooting and had to be identified using other methods. We're looking at photographs right now. We're trying to run his DNA and get biometric confirmation, said Kevin Rojek, I don't know how to pronounce that, FBI special agent in charge, said during a press briefing. Reuters could not immediately identify social media accounts or other online postings by Crooks. Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, did not immediately respond to questions on whether the platforms had removed any accounts related to the subject. That was the end of the article. Okay, my bad. So yeah, I ended that sentence on an inflection as if I was going to continue reading. But yeah, no, so that's pretty much all we know about the guy. It is confirmed that this Thomas Matthew Crooks guy is the guy that tried to kill Trump. Now, the pictures that float around of the guy, those are the murky things. We're not 100% positive what this guy looks like. I'm sure that will come out as Secret Service, the FBI, local PDs and stuff gets more information. And then, of course, I'm sure Trump insiders, once they get information, they will put it out, either publish it officially or some Trump insiders will leak it on purpose. So, yep. So there's some murkiness around this, some questions people have been asking, like how come the Secret Service was able to kill him so quickly after shots began, almost like they already had eyes on him when the shots started ringing out. And if they already had eyes on him and they saw him perched on top of a building with a gun 200 yards away, why did they wait for him to shoot first? Why didn't they kill him first? That is their duty. And here's the thing, we got a guy claiming, now again, this is 9gag and, whatever. Take it, grains of salt in all this. Things are still murky. But this guy claims to be an eyewitness who told the BBC that he informed the police and the Secret Service about a suspicious man on a roof with a rifle at the Trump rally, but he was ignored.
The 7 minutes of Trump speaking, I'm estimating here, I have no idea, But we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle.
A rifle.
We could clearly see him with a rifle. Absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. He's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2-3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling
Yep.
police and the Secret Service.
We were telling the police. We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see, I mean, obviously everyone, when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh, yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Base.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay,
Base
be careful.
and bullet
we
pill.
don't know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over. And listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him.
So, you know, it's like, if we take this guy at his word, and then, you know, and again, you know, like, according to what he was saying, it's possible that they didn't see him on the roof from their position, but when you got a group of people, I mean, look at this ginger. He's standing over there screaming at you, pointing at this roof. Are you not going to take a look? So, like, it's murky. Murkiness going on. You know, little murkiness. All right. So, but we're going to go ahead and move on. But no, seriously, shout out to this guy. He a real one, assuming that he's telling the truth, blah, 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 blah. You know the deal. But, you know, I have no reason to assume this guy's lying. And, yeah. And shout out to the BBC, of all fucking people, for being the only, quote-unquote, legitimate news organization who seemed to be willing to talk to this guy. You know, because you know CNN and MSNBC and whoever the fuck else, like, they had correspondents on the ground there. They have correspondents that go everywhere Trump goes. But, you know, these people hate Trump, and the only bad thing they saw about that day is the fact that the guy missed. So, one of the guys, so 4 people were hit. Donald Trump and 3 people in the crowd. One of those people died. He was 50 years old, a retired fire chief, father, and like apparently a dyed-in-the-wool MAGA guy. And he took a bullet for, you know, he took a bullet for Trump. Like, he didn't dive in front of the bullet for Trump, but, like, the fact that he was there. And now, like, his family has to go on without him because some cunt decided that he needed to take it upon himself to save America from Donald Trump. Shout out to Laura Loomer, my Jewish mommy, who I absolutely adore. The innocent Trump supporter who was killed at the Trump rally in Pennsylvania yesterday has been identified as Corey Compratore. He was I assume that's, could be Compratore, I don't know. He was a former fire chief. His daughter posted this tribute to her now deceased father online. Heartbreaking. Yep. Allison, his daughter's name was Allison Comparator. Whatever the fuck. Yesterday, time stopped. And when it started again, my family and I started living a real-life nightmare. What was supposed to be an exciting day that we had all looked forward to, especially my dad, turned into the most traumatizing experience someone could imagine. I know the media will cover this event, and I'm going to try my best to stay away from looking at everything, especially because I've already seen and lived through it in real time. But I want everyone to know what the media will not cover and will not say about him. He was the best dad a girl could ever ask for. My sister and I never needed for anything. You call, he would answer. He would do whatever it is you needed. And if he didn't know how, he would figure it out. He could talk and make friends with anyone, which he was doing all day yesterday and loved every minute of it. He was a man of God, loved Jesus fiercely, and also looked after our church and our members as family. The media will not tell you that he died a real-life superhero. They're not going to tell you how quickly he threw my mom and I to the ground. They're not going to tell you that he shielded my body from the bullet that came at us. He loved his family. He truly loved us to take a real bullet for us. And I want nothing more than to cry on him and tell him thank you. I want nothing more than to wake up and for this to not be reality for me and my family. We lost a selfless, loving husband, father, brother, Here it is. We lost a selfless, loving husband, father, brother, uncle, son, and friend. I will never stop thinking about him and mourning over him until the day that I die, too. July 13th will forever be a day that changed my life. I will never be the same person I was less than 24 hours ago. There are a lot of children out there that say their dad is their hero, but my dad really is mine. I don't think I would be here today without him. Dad, I love you so much that there aren't enough words to express how deep that love goes. I know you'll give heaven some hell. I know that God is proud of the man that came to his gates yesterday. God damn. That hurt a little bit. Because I've got daddy issues like you would not believe. I haven't seen my dad since I was 11 years old. Holy shit. That hurts. God damn it. You know, and the day before the rally, this is what he said. He followed Cat Turd because, of course he did. We all follow Cat Turd. Unless you're a fucking high on your own farts dipshit, like, dissident right-winger who thinks he's too fucking mainstream for you. Like, fuck off, hippie. You know, go fucking, go huff your own farts somewhere else. Fuck off. So anyway, Cat Turd, what's everyone getting into this weekend? Trump rally, Buttler PA. That was, the last post that, Corey Kump, whatever, that this guy, I'm sorry, I'm butchering this dude's last name. But, yeah, it's, the last thing he ever posted on his X account was how, basically saying, I'm excited to go see Trump. Like, the world lost a good man yesterday. A good man that didn't have to go. This whole thing was unnecessary. So, the God Emperor, obviously, hopped on Truth Social after he went to the hospital, got his ear patched up. Him and Melania and Barron went to their home in, went to their home in Jersey. And of course, after, honestly, he took more time. It took more time for him to post on Truth Social than I ever expected it to. Like, I figured he would be tweeting from the hospital about how, like, all this, but no, he literally waited, and it's just, and one of the things I've really kind of talked about with this campaign is that we're still getting plenty of classic Trump. We're still getting plenty of big, boisterous, loud, obnoxious, hilarious, fucking funny Trump that we love, but he's also shown, when necessary, an incredible level of restraint, a level of restraint and composure that he didn't quite have in 2016, or that he was showing a bit in 2020, but if you remember his first set of debates against Biden back in 2019 or 2020, in 2020, I mean, yeah, he kept jumping the gun, and then if you watch the last debate, he was perfectly content to just give Biden the rope to hang himself. Like I said, the man learned. He really did learn, and so many politicians spend their whole careers doing the exact same thing over and over again. No matter what happens, they just keep doing the same shit. Mitch McConnell is a great example of that. But here's a politician, a president who you see learn from his mistakes, and again, it humanizes him. But Trump posted on Truth Social, "Thank you to everyone for your thoughts and prayers yesterday, as it was God alone who prevented the unthinkable from happening. We will fear not, but instead remain resilient in our faith and defiant in the face of wickedness. Our love goes out to the other victims and their families. We pray for the recovery of those who were wounded and hold in our hearts the memory of the citizen who was horribly killed. In this moment, it is more important than ever that we stand united and show our true character as Americans, remaining strong and determined and not allowing evil to win. I truly love our country, and I love you all, and look forward to speaking to our great nation this week from Wisconsin. You can't stump the Trump. Can't be done. Shoot at him. You better fucking kill him, because if you don't, he's just going to come back harder and stronger than before. I mean, Trump's not dead, but what is dead may never die, but rises again, harder and stronger. But like I said, the dude's got a level of restraint in this past year that I've not seen out of him, and it's only further endeared him to me. It's a crazy journey when I think about how, like, in 2015 and 16, I was pretty hardcore anti-Trump. Like, I didn't hate him and think he was this horrible racist like everybody else did. I thought he was a fucking buffoon. I thought he was a complete buffoon. And I thought that, like, Gary Johnson was the better man for the job. I was wrong. By 2017, throughout, like, as I watched his performance through 2017 and 18, my opinion started to soften. I was like, okay, maybe he has a knack for this. I didn't agree with everything he was doing, but because, again, in 2017 and 18, he was still trying to play ball with the Democrats and he was giving them inches, the bump stock ban, other little things. He was trying to give them inches like olive branches, hoping they would work with him on other things. And then not only did they never work with him on anything, but then, the FBI tried to smear him as a treasonous traitor and as a man who likes golden showers. So, clearly. And then if you watch from that point, from about late 2018, 2019 onward, that's whenever Trump really went gloves off with the deep state, or with Democrats in general. Like, that's when he stopped playing games with them. That's whenever he stopped giving them olive branches. Like, he never did anything like the bump stock ban again. He did that one thing after the Vegas shooting, and he did it, he did it strategically as an olive branch to the Democrats, and they spit in his face. They took the olive branch, and then they spit in his face. And he never did anything like that again. And then he went on to appoint 3 Supreme Court judges who ended up ruling that the bump stock ban was unconstitutional. So it was a toothless thing. It accomplished nothing, and the Trump Supreme Court got rid of it. I'm not saying it was 4D chess and that he planned this every step of the way. I'm just saying that he tried a thing. It didn't work, but luckily he had been so good in other areas that what little damage he did with this mistake was mitigated by all the good he did elsewhere. But yeah, let's see what Melania has to say. I absolutely adore this woman, by the way. Best first lady ever. But yeah, I'm sorry, I got a little off track. But I was like, it's just an interesting journey that I've gone on, from being like kind of a never Trumper to being soft on Trump to hopping on the Trump train to now just being completely devoted to the man. Like, I am the MAGA chud of MAGA chuds at this point. Like, and I said this earlier today to some friends at the Discord server. The next time he comes through Kentucky, I don't care where it is. I don't care what town he's in. I'm going to be there with bells on. Armed to the fucking teeth, but also with bells on. Because this is Kentucky and I'm allowed to carry. I'm allowed to carry any goddamn... Well, not literally anywhere. Businesses still have the right to deny people entry if they're carrying. Most businesses don't, but they do have that right. But I'm going to be carrying the fuck out of that day. Trust me. Especially after this. Like, here's the thing. I love Kentucky so much. And I love my fellow Kentuckians so much. And I trust them so much implicitly. Like, obviously, there's bad people. There's bad people everywhere. But, like, in general, I trust Kentuckians so much. I don't carry everywhere I go. Because I don't feel the need to. I feel safe in my town. Because even if I'm not carrying that day, I know there's 1 or 2 or 3 good old boys who are carrying that day. And if shit goes down, they got this on lock. And some days, I am one of those boys who's holding it down. Just not often. Because like I said, I feel safe here. It's a nice small town with, well-to-do people. There's nothing to be afraid of. There's really not. We're getting a bit of a homeless problem, but I think we'll nip that in the bud before it gets out of hand. But yeah, like, I just, I trust my people. So I just don't carry everywhere I go because I don't feel compelled to. I don't feel the need to. I don't feel in danger that much. But when the next Trump rally comes through Kentucky, and I'm definitely going, and I'm definitely going armed. Period. End of story. So what did Queen Melania have to say? I'm thinking of you now, my fellow Americans. We have always been a unique union. America, the fabric of our gentle nation, is tattered, but our courage and common sense must ascend and bring us back together as one. When I watched that violent bullet strike my husband, Donald, I realized my life and Barron's life were on the brink of devastating change. I'm grateful to the brave Secret Service agents and law enforcement officials who risked their own lives to protect my husband. To the families of the innocent victims who are now suffering from this heinous act, I humbly offer my sincerest sympathy. You need to summon your inner strength for such a terrible, you need to summon your inner strength for such a terrible reason saddens me. English is not her first language. But I appreciate that I can tell she seems to have wrote this herself as opposed to having someone write it for her. Just because this seems like this was written by someone who doesn't speak English as a first language. Although it's entirely possible her ghostwriter can account for that. You know, again, anything's possible. But a monster who recognized my husband as an inhuman political machine attempted to wring out Donald's passion, his laughter, ingenuity, love of music, and inspiration. The core facets of my husband's life, his human side, were buried below the political machine. Donald, the generous and caring man who I have been with through the best times and the worst of times. Let us not forget that differing opinions, policy, and political games are inferior to love. Our personal structure and life commitment until death is at serious risk. Political concepts are simple when compared to us human beings. We are all humans, and fundamentally, instinctively, we want to help one another. American politics are only one vehicle that can uplift our communities. Love, compassion, kindness, and empathy are necessities. And let us remember that when the time comes to look beyond the left and the right, beyond the red and the blue, we all come from families. We all come from families with the passion to fight for a better life together, while we are here in this earthly realm. Dawn is here again. Let us reunite now. This morning, ascend above the hate, the vitriol, and the simple-minded ideas that ignite violence. We all want a world where respect is paramount, family is first, and love transcends. We can realize this world again. Each of us demand to get back to it. We must insist that respect fills the cornerstone of our relationships again. I'm thinking of you, my fellow Americans. The winds of change have arrived, and for those of you who cry in support, I thank you. I commend those of you who have reached out beyond the political divide. Thank you for remembering that every single politician is a man or a woman with a loving family. Melania is a real one. She's a real one. Man, she's my favorite first lady of all time. You know, and I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Melania at 50 is hot, and I'm usually one of those guys who's like on that red pill shit who straight up admits the wall for a woman is usually in her late 20s. Like, I still find women in their 30s and 40s and even 50s hot, as I'm about to demonstrate. But like for most men, women cease being particularly attractive after like 26, 27, and I understand that biologically. But I genuinely believe that prime Jackie Kennedy was not as pretty of a woman as Melania Trump is at 52. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a fan of Melania. Now, let's go ahead and say prime Melania versus prime Jackie Kennedy. I still think Melania is a hotter woman. But I like tall. And I like European women. What can I say? Slavic girls, I've talked a mad shit about Slavs over the years. And I don't apologize for fucking none of it. But you are beautiful. I do love you Slavic girls. I'd just like to take this moment to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does whatever the fuck he wants. But no, like I said, this kind of ruined my vacation. Now, to be fair, 99% of my vacation was done whenever the news broke. So the vacation was pretty much over. I was packing to leave. But still, you know, this is like the vacation equivalent to blue balls. This is like having sex and then not being able to finish. Like, I was right at the end of this beautiful vacation moment, and then right at the end, something bad happened and ruined the moment. And now, like I said, it's like political blue balls almost. It's just like, well, this sucks. I was having a good time, and you ruined my good time by trying to kill the president. But yeah, no. Which, oh, God damn it, it's recently been pointed out to me by my family that I say yeah, no a ridiculous amount of times, and now that they've pointed it out to me, I can't unhear myself say it, but I can't stop saying it. Anyway, this stream's over. I pretty much don't have anything else to say on the subject. Americans, we need to be better. We need to stop we need to stop butchering each other in the street. Lefties, stop being stupid. And Destiny, you should totally take me up on that amateur MMA fight. You should. All right? Because I said it on Twitter, and I'm going to say it again. You're awfully fucking comfortable with political violence. I wonder how comfortable you are when violence is pointed at you. I'm not going to beat you up in the street. I want an amateur MMA fight with you. In a cage with a referee and someone who will throw in the towel for you when I get done beating your ass.